Picture this. You're 9 years old. The other boys in the courtyard are wrestling, and, well, you're winning. You always win. But something is off. Your tutor is watching from the balcony, and he's not looking at the fight. He's staring right at your arm. The other boys are scratching you, literally digging their nails into your right forearm. And you don't flinch. You don't feel it. You've actually never felt it. So your tutor calls you inside, grabs your arm, and presses a lit candle close to your bare skin. Nothing. No pain, no reaction whatsoever. His face goes completely white. He knows exactly what this means. You don't. Not yet, anyway. You see, you're a prince of Jerusalem. Your father is king of the holiest city on earth, and you were born for the throne. But something is growing inside your body. Something that's going to eat you alive. Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're exploring what is honestly one of the most incredible true stories in human history, the life of King Baldwin IV, also known as the Leper King of Jerusalem. This is the story of a dying boy, desperately holding a kingdom together against impossible odds, all while this relentless clock is ticking down on his own life.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the final verdict and the boy king.
Okay, let's step back into the story. You are 11. A physician examines you in a dark room. He unwraps the linen from your arm, and the skin is pale. Patches of it are just completely numb. He presses a needle into your flesh. Still, you feel absolutely nothing. He steps back. He doesn't even need to say the word out loud. Leprosy. Now in this century, that's a final verdict. There's no cure, no treatment, no nothing. Your body is just going to slowly destroy itself. Your fingers will curl inward like claws, your face will collapse, and eventually, your eyes will go completely dark. Most lepers at this time are totally cast out of society. They live outside the city walls, ringing bells to warn people they're coming. But you aren't most lepers. You're the heir to Jerusalem. Fast forward a bit, you're 13. Your father is gone. Dysentery took him on a northern campaign. Suddenly, the crown passes to you. The barons kneel before you in the Great Hall. A few actually mean it, but honestly, most of them are already calculating. A sick kid on the throne? To them, that just means opportunity. Your mother is pushed aside, and that tutor from earlier becomes your closest advisor, because he's the only one who sees a real king, not just a kid living on borrowed time.
And what exactly do you inherit? A fragile, incredibly thin strip of land wedged between the Mediterranean Sea and a sea of enemies. You've got Egypt to the south, Syria to the east, and somewhere out there, the most dangerous man alive is unifying the entire Muslim world under one single banner. His name is Saladin. He wants Jerusalem back. And you, a fragile 13-year-old leper, are literally the only thing standing in his way.
Section 2, the miracle of Montgisard.
Let's move the clock forward. You are 16 now. Saladin crosses the border, and your scouts ride in hard with some absolutely terrifying news. He's bringing 26,000 men. 26,000! That is the largest army Jerusalem has ever faced, and it is heading straight for the Holy City.
And what do you have to stop them? Just 375 knights and a few thousand infantry. The math doesn't just look bad, it's impossible. Your advisors are practically begging you to be cautious. Fall back behind the walls, wait for reinforcements. But no, you refuse. You ride out. Your right arm is already weakening so much you can barely grip the reins, so a servant literally has to strap your shield to your arm because your fingers just can't hold it anymore. You intercept Saladin's army near a hill called Montgisard. They aren't expecting you at all. They figured you'd hide behind the walls. So what do? You order the charge. 375 knights slam directly into 26,000 soldiers. And the impact? It's devastating. You are right there in the middle of it. A teenage boy on a war horse, body failing, sword arm going totally numb. And miraculously, Saladin's army shatters. They scatter into the desert. Saladin himself only barely escapes on the back of a racing camel. You ride back to Jerusalem as a massive hero. A leper boy just took down the greatest general in the known world. For one single glorious night, you forget that the clock is even ticking.
So, moving on to Section 3, the rotting throne.
Let's look at the fallout. You're 18 now, and the disease is rapidly accelerating. Your right hand is basically useless. You press it flat against the armrest of the throne, just hoping to feel something, but nothing. The court can see it. The vultures are definitely circling. Your mother is scheming behind your back in corners of the palace you can't reach anymore. Then there's your sister's new husband, this French knight, who has way more ambition than actual skill, and he is aggressively positioning himself for the crown. The barons are totally splitting into factions. Some back you, out of survival and duty, while others back the French knight, just looking for their next big opportunity.
You're sitting there, wrapped in linen, watching the kingdom tear itself apart from the inside out. I mean, think about it. Months ago, you drove Saladin into the desert. Tonight, your own court is the battlefield. And Saladin, he's still out there. He's patient. He's recruiting. He doesn't even need an army right now because he has something much better. He has time, and yours is running out.
Section 4. The Iron Will.
You hit age 20. Your legs are totally giving out now. Someone actually has to carry you into the throne room every single morning. You're wearing a silver mask now to cover the decay on your face. But underneath that mask, your mind is sharper than literally anyone else in the room. You rule with an absolute iron fist. That ambitious French knight who nearly started a war through sheer stupidity. You forcefully strip him of his claim and humiliate him publicly. Then, to keep things stable, you appoint a really solid, steady northern lord as your regent. You might not be able to walk, but make no mistake, you are still the king.
Section 5. The Last Ride.
Age 21. Saladin decides to invade again. You haven't been able to walk in months, but you're not having it. You order your servants to literally carry you to the front lines on a litter, and you know what? It works. Just the sight of you is enough. A blind, crippled Leper King on a stretcher forced the absolute most powerful warlord in the Middle East to completely turn around and walk away. Not a single drop of blood spilled, but sadly it's the last time you'll ever see a battlefield.
Section 6. The Blind King.
Now you're 22. Things take a really dark turn. Your eyes have completely failed. You're now ruling Jerusalem in total agonizing darkness from a bed you're never going to leave. But incredibly, your political maneuvering is still razor sharp. You systematically name your sister's infant son as your heir, completely, permanently bypassing that foolish French knight. You force the barons to swear loyalty to the boy, building this fragile little wall of oaths to protect the kingdom from your own ambitious family.
By 23, you arrive at this incredibly profound realization. Your kingdom? It's a sandcastle. It's a fragile structure built right on the edge of the tide, temporary, probably doomed, but fiercely, fiercely defended. Saladin is that tide. You know perfectly well that nothing holds forever, but you have successfully bought time with your very own blood and pain.
Section 7. The Price. At 24, your body finally gives out. For 11 agonizing, miraculous years, you held a crumbling kingdom together through sheer, raw willpower. But here is the truly tragic epilogue to this whole thing. Just 2 years after your death, that same foolish French knight you tried so hard to sideline, he ends up taking power anyway, and he loses absolutely everything to Saladin at the Horns of Hutton. The kingdom falls. But hey, it didn't fall on your watch.
So, I want to leave you with this final, really provocative thought to chew on. When you know the tide is coming, when you know that the outcome is eventually, inevitably going to catch up with you, is a sandcastle still worth the blood? King Baldwin IV absolutely thought so. Thank you so much for exploring this incredible history with me. Keep learning, keep asking the big questions.